Hi, everyone, and welcome. We thought we'd record a little bit of a presentation on some of the achievements and activities that the RCHM has been involved with in 2023, a bit of a look back through the year, so to speak, in time for the festive season. So my name is Martin John. I'm the president of the RCHM, and I will be looking back over the year and thanking key members of the organization for the work they've done, both past and present. And then talking about some of the activities that the RCHM has been involved with. And then Helen, our PR officer, will talk about some of the media responses and some of the campaigns that have been running in the RCHM this year. Then Malika will talk about students and memberships issues and things like that. And then finally, Alex, our CEO, will talk about collaborations and research that we've been involved with over the last year. So without further ado, let's get cracking and look at 2023. It's been a wonderful year for the RCHM 2023. There's been a lot of change. I've only been in the president's post since the AGM, which was held in July. But up until that point, Connie Cooper was the CEO and Alex Jacobs was our president. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Connie Cooper for her sterling work as CEO. She achieved a huge amount in the time she was in post. And so a big thanks goes out to Connie Cooper for her sterling achievements while she was in the CEO role. Also, I'd like to thank Tony Harrison, who actually took over when Connie stepped down as interim president. Alex stepped over to the CEO role and Tony Harrison took over as an interim president. So Tony, thank you for the amazing work that you did holding the council together and holding them to task in that period. The AGM was in July, and I was lucky enough to be voted in and acting as president currently. It's a great honor for me to be doing so. And really, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank both the past members of the council. I have served on the council before, but there were some council members who stepped down at the AGM who I'd like to send thanks out to their sterling work whilst they were on the council, and also for some of the new council members that came up to step up into their roles and basically hold the council and hold the RCHM together. So thank you for all council members for the work they do. We meet 4 times a year, but we also do a lot of work in the background with emails and communications through the year. So that's very, very important in how the RCHM works. There was a great collaborative day in May at the Bristol Herb Garden. It was the first chance that we had to get together face to face after the pandemic and after we've been remote for so many years. It was a great opportunity for members to get together and meet each other face to face and discuss herbs. It was in conjunction or at the same time as the peony blossoming in the garden. So it was a wonderful time to visit the garden. And as well as having great talks and great communications with fellow herbalists, there was talks by Tony Harrison on not only processing of some herbs, but also his knowledge of the herb garden is second to none. And then Tony Booker also presented some of the research in terms of harvesting and sustainability of the herbal supply. So it was a great day all around, and we had a tremendous feedback from everyone who was involved. I mean, Alex and Helen, you were there. I couldn't make it, unfortunately, but any sort of comments about the day and the feedback that you received from members?
I think it's just great for RCHM members to be really interactive and hands-on with the plants. I think that most of us have got on our desk a little piece of Tong Sao that was harvested, which we could, if we carried on processing it, turn into paper. It was just one of those really fun, interactive days and great to be with other members. Wonderful, wonderful social event as well as educational experience.
Wonderful. Yeah, and it was our first in-person event since COVID, so it was great to see people outside of the little window that I've been looking at people in for the last 3 years. And great Persian food as well on Tony's recommendation. But we, as you'll be seeing, we're going to be doing a lot more in-person events coming up. So we got lots in store for 2024. And we also were able to finally open Emma Farrant's window, past president and CEO of the RCHM. which was very moving. Her sisters came along to give her a tribute, and both myself, Malika, and Martin will work with Emma. I'm very, very grateful for all the dedication that she gave to the organization. So it was a beautiful day because of that too.
And it's a lovely lasting memorial for Emma, a permanent fixture at the garden. So it is something special. Thanks, Alex. So Helen, if you'd like to take it away with some of the PR activities that you've been involved with.
Well, thank you, Martin. RCHM has been really key in shaping the educational status, as we all know, of quality herbalists in the UK. And some of the students that want to come on the courses that will gain entry into the RCHM approved by the HTPA, many of our students are in touch with the BACC, and the BACC invited us to have a couple of events where we put on both the journey of a herbalist, where we discussed how our training works in practice, and we had Let's Talk About Herbal Medicine, where Alex, our CEO, gave a presentation. Both of those were really well attended and well received by acupuncturists. It gave them an opportunity to ask questions and see how it is that we would work and study with us. So events like that have been going on throughout the year, and I've been invited personally to speak as well with NCA, one of our colleges, and we've been speaking about the life of a herbalist and how we study, and how to get through that time, because we recognise that our members provide a serious commitment to becoming a high quality practitioner, but that requires high quality time. And how do we get through that time together, and how do we get supported through our academic institutions and community? There were some of the questions that I was able to answer for students that are currently at the college. I think our big PR success of the year it's been really incredible. We know that sometimes things are published in the press that we need to respond to, and our community identified some serious flaws in an article that was published by the Daily Mail, implying that there could be some birth defects for pregnant women when they've taken herbal medicine. So our research team at the RCHM published a rapid response outlining the serious flaws in this research paper. And that was picked up by the international academic community, who were really impressed with the robust response, that the academic response and the PR response that we made. This zipped around the world, and it wasn't long before the actual authors of this paper admitted those flaws and retracted their paper. That was in a matter of months. We contacted the Daily Mail to let them know about this, and fast forward to December, there was actually a paper published that cited the RCHM's involvement in allowing this retraction, which stated that we should again do more further research to evaluate the safety of pregnancy herbs, but it said that our meticulous analysis of it was really helpful to that. So we're really grateful to our PhD members who actually looked at that. Had we not got such a strong research community that was so well connected, we wouldn't have been able to turn that around so quickly and collaborate. Again, our members, thank you so much. They gave their time to do that.
Yeah, and I think it's a real testament to what can be achieved through greater global collaboration, which we're going to be doing a lot more on. So watch this space. We've already announced we're going to be doing the RCHM first research conference next year, and we've already been inundated with compliments and excitement from different people around the world and with our own research community. And we really think there's a lot of scope for greater collaboration to make these kinds of responses actually matter in the future. So yeah, quite exciting.
Yeah, it's our pleasure to turn the brilliance that we've got inside and the academic experience inside out to the world, especially to make sure that we're represented properly within the press. So RCHM's here to make sure that's happening for our members. Alex actually got a quote in the Daily Mail we saw later in the year yes, well done to Alex. We saw an article that was saying that slimming compounds were being taken off the internet by people, and that there was a harmful berberine extract that was being not used appropriately. And Alex actually had a retraction in the Daily Mail, and that also cited that if the public wanted to have herbal medicine or look at weight loss, that they should contact an RCHM member, citing safety concerns and the proper training of our members. So that was another great success, because from time to time we do see articles that maybe a bit confused about the role of herbal medicine, and we're connecting that. We're keen to connect that back up with highly trained practitioners, because that's what our organisation's here to do. We've had some Getting to the Roots campaign this year for arthritis, and that's been the best response I think we've ever seen. Our statistics on social media show great interaction with members. It's a topic that a lot of people are seeking to come to members for, and our clinic does see patients with that, and it looked like we were more on the map with that from the response that we were getting back. We were in contact with Versus Arthritis, the largest charity, and we will be further in touch with them about research as time goes forward. I'd just like to say thanks to Alex and Ian Appleyard for their work as well, putting together the BACC conference, which will be next year's initiative. I know, Alex, that you're quite excited about it. If you can watch this space, we'll see some more things that are coming out. But if you look on our social media now, I'd like you to look out for all the things that will be coming out about the BACC conference.
And BACC RCHM joint conference, just
yes, absolutely. And just one final thing, that just to thank Martin for his great speech. The RCHM was represented by our President Martin at the Royal Society of Medicine, where CCM UK ran a conference, and we put forward the role of the RCHM in the Chinese medicine industry in the UK. We felt very fortunate to be there. One of our fellows, Charlie Buck, gave an important lecture there on the role of Chinese medicine and how it can better be viewed and framed within the healthcare system. So there was plenty of opportunity for the other members of the Chinese medicine community there to see the work the RCHM was doing. I think it was a great time, wasn't it, Martin? It was a busy weekend.
Yeah, it was a busy weekend, but it was great to actually meet people from all areas within the profession, and sometimes we forget that there's a whole research community, and there's other organizations that are doing sterling work, and making those connections with other key players in the industry is just it builds a huge amount of strength within the profession. So it was really exciting, actually, and people were really glad that the RCHM was there and represented, and Charlie made some amazing points in his presentation that everyone thought we do need to represent ourselves better to the public and to the medical community. And so there was a lot to be taken from the weekend, and it was very, very positive all around. Yeah, so well done. Thank you, Helen.
So that's my roundup of PR successes. I wanted to hand you over to Malika now to say some more about her sterling work with the members.
Oh, thank you, Helen. It's lovely to hear all the news. It's been an absolute pleasure to welcome 2 graduating cohorts of new practitioners, and just wanted to express sincere thanks to the Northern College of Acupuncture and the White Crane Academy for turning out such capable graduates, and just congratulating all of the hard work and the dedication it's required to be a new practitioner. As a new practitioner myself, I can attest just quite how hard it is. And I'm in awe of the standard that my fellow herbalists have, and learning together and coming into the profession together has just been such a pleasure. And I have also this bird's eye view of all the different, working in the office, all the different people who are part of the community, and that's it's a nice opportunity for me to express thanks for that as well. Just wanted to give a shout out to Pavlina Fialova. She won the Hugh Macpherson Research Prize for her MSc in Chinese Herbal Medicine Research. So big congratulations to you, Pavlina. And also Michael Ranft, he won the prize for the outstanding clinical student on the Chinese Herbal Medicine course. So big congratulations to you too, Michael. And then NCA announced that they had their largest ever intake of students this year. So congratulations there as well. And I saw they shared the photo, didn't they, of all their students because they had their first in-person day. And it just looked amazing, all these people from all around the world joining in. So yeah, that was amazing. And think you up next, Alex?
Yeah, so I think that, I was thinking what's the theme of this year? And I think that we've been really reaching out more and more and building on the collaborations that we've had in the past. A lot of them are bearing fruit right now, and it's gathering steam. And I think that 2023 has been really stellar in that regard, of our own internal community coming together, but also reaching out to all sorts of other communities and realizing that we're not alone. It's quite easy to feel isolated as a herbalist, but actually we are, I think, not just us, but a lot of organizations are realizing, hey, we're all working in the same direction. Let's pool our resources. So we had a fantastic conference this year, organized. Thank you very much to Alan Longcroft, who organized this year's conference and last year's conference. Really nice location in Cambridge. And we had some great speakers. So we're very thankful for Mazen to come and give us a talk on dermatology, but also showing us his great achievements. I mean, it's really mind-blowing what Mazen's achieved down in Brighton. And we also had our very own Malika teaching some Qigong. Our very own Helen teaching some about fertility in the over 40s, as Helen told me that she's very good at getting ladies in their over 40s pregnant, which is very compelling subject. And our very own Nicola Court, who's also a council member, gave a talk on using externals. And we also had a foreign guest, Lauren Stietler, and also Dan Jiang, who is a fantastic practitioner. Very interestingly, she was involved in helping to give our media response to the congenital defects paper actual impact. So she was part of the global effort to use that. So it's very interesting that it was all connected up. It was and to learn how happy she was that that we had issued this response. I mean, on that, it's interesting. I've been talking to the head of an Austrian organization that was also very happy to hear about our response on that, because they also wrote a response on that paper. And there may be some future collaborations that we can do globally on these kind of media responses. But again, watch this space.
So also we had Joe Jennings as well, gave a presentation on his community clinic, and then Sandra Bird also. It's really interesting having those three different viewpoints on different ways that people practice, how they engage with the community.
And thanks for the reminder on that one, because that's a very neat segue to our presence at the BXC conference, where Sandra and I were representing the RCHM. And then the late surprise addition was Helen herself came down. She said, I have to be here, which was really appreciated. I have to say that I think that the RCHM won on the dance floor, don't you think, Helen? Because we were the last ones there, and I think we had the majority of people there, which was quite fun. There's quite a lot of dual members that were there. And so the RCHM was well represented, and we managed to speak to lots of prospective students. We had I brought some Guiqi Jianzhongtang, which is a very popular herbal formula that people got to try.
People came back for more of that tea, Alex. That tea was legendary.
I think I might have converted one person to studying herbs just on that tea, so that was fun.
The proof of the pudding is in the drinking as well.
And, this is something that is I hope everyone is aware, I think by now, that we have been collaborating with the BXC very nicely for the last few years, starting during COVID, and it's been building, and there's a very good feeling between the two organizations, which is really important, because firstly, just for general unity, we both hold high standards, our organizations, and that's our values. We want to project this kind of level of professionalism, and having that unity projecting outward is noticed, and it's something that really reflects well on all of our organizations. Of course, it's also very useful for us to be able to have this collaboration so that we can get the message out about our high standards herbs courses, and to which benefits all of herbal medicine. So it's really excellent. And you will have seen that, and Helen mentioned that we're going to have the first ever joint BAXI and RCHM conference next year. There's going to be a lot more to say about that, so I won't go into that now, but just to say that I think you'll be very happy with the lineup. And it's really going to hit all the bases. And I think it's going to be a great time of coming together. And we will be making a video, another video, to talk about the year ahead. And in that video, we'll talk a bit more about the conference coming up. So, but that's not all the collaborations we had. So you may have noticed that the EHTPA and BHMA collectively sponsored our prominent researcher, RCHM researcher, Tony Booker, to do research into herbal safety. And we collectively had the great idea to connect that research to Trina Ward's amazing biannual research summaries. These research summaries are created so that members can keep up to date with herbal safety research, as indicated in the trial that took place 20 years ago. But now we can not only say that we produce these summaries that members can read and keep up to date, that we actually act on that research, and that we can look into the safety and quality of the herbs and compare approved suppliers to non-approved suppliers. So this is great. We're going to have more to say about that next year. May even be featured in our upcoming RCHM Research Conference in 2024. Talking about RCHM research, the RCHM Research Fund gave an award to Steve Woodley. So congratulations to Steve on his research into mitochondrial function as a tool for assessing function, quality, and adulteration in medicinal herbal teas. And Steve will be writing articles for the journal on that basis as well. And also we'll definitely feature Steve upcoming in different communications around research and the research conference to come. And so that research conference is very exciting, as we've talked about. We're also going to bring a bit more of a research focus into the journal next year. So you'll see that evolve. And I just want to say great thanks to Laurie for all her amazing work in the journal, all the contributors as well, because we've got something very special, and something that's becoming quite clear is quite how special it is to focus on Chinese herbal medicine, and how much appetite there is around the world for that. So there's some exciting things to come with the journal. So again, watch that space. Finally, I just wanted to say a massive thank you. You may have seen the email that we sent out a few weeks ago asking for volunteers, because the RCHM is a small organization, but we, even without the extra work that we're doing, we really punch above our weight. We have a really first-class community. We do a lot, and we have some of the highest quality regulation in the country, which sustains not just the Chinese herbal medicine community, but the whole herbal medicine community. But we want to do more, and we want to expand. We want to be ambitious. We want to create a great vision for the future. And to do that, we realized that, we could ask for a little bit more help with volunteers to help expand our capacity. And we were absolutely bowled over by the response. Depending on how we count them up, there's about 9 or 10 people who've come forward to volunteer, which is amazing. And I want to say thank you. Now, the majority of them are students, current students, or new practitioners, which I think we can all agree gives us amazing confidence in the future. And I've now met with every single one of those volunteers, and I can tell you the caliber of these volunteers are amazing. I mean, it really reflects on the caliber of the colleges, but also the caliber of these people, all with different skills to bring and bear. And I'm really looking forward to working with them more. They're going to help us run 2 Bristol Chinese Herb Garden Days next year. They're going to help us organize the research conference for next year, and also help integrate the community and actually facilitate more communication between members, particularly within the students and within the new practitioners as well. And I think, Malika, you would agree with me that it's inspiring to see, because you, more than anyone, you're on the front line speaking to members all year, hearing member opinions and everything. And some of these your classmates from
exactly
from White Crane
college
as well.
mates. Yeah, definitely. I mean, working in the office, there's a lot of admin, there's a lot of emails, but the energy that people send when they send in an email, and the friendliness, the kindness, the inspiration, it just turns an admin job into a complete joy. And I'm just so grateful. You can really feel the energy when you're hearing all these news about different things, and getting the emails in about the volunteers, and just the people's tone, how they talk. It's really heartening, and it's just a really special place to be. So I'm really grateful.
I think that we have a special community in the RCHM, and we won't take credit for that. There's been an amazing dedication of the people who came before us. We mentioned Emma, certainly a massive impact, and all the past presidents and council members who've built up this community. There's a special feeling. We're a supportive community. We look after each other, and we feel that back from the members, and it enables us to do the best work as well. And I think in that vein, where I'd like to finish this is just a massive thank you to you, because your membership makes all of this possible. It's a choice to be an RCHM member and to support this community, but you're not just getting something back as a member, and we hope that you feel that you have good value from the RCHM, but you are giving something to make a better present and to make a better future. And that is something that has just as much impact as what we give in our individual clinic, to actually create and pave the way for a future community and industry that's going to support more herbalists in the future. So great big thank you to you. We hope you have a fantastic festive period and new year. Look out for our upcoming video, which is going to talk about our calendar for next year. We've got lots going on, maybe even more than 2023. And we look forward to seeing you either online or in person next year.